everybody. Welcome to New Heights Bonus Edition.
Ooh.
Presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. It's time for the weekly preview where we'll talk about upcoming games and other vaguely football-related topics. Make sure you stick around after the game previews because we have a big announcement to make.
Woohoo! Week 3 look ahead. Let's get right to it, baby. Eagles and Bucs. You guys are going down to Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football.
Thank God it's a Monday night.
Did you see Monday Night Football this past week?
I did. It was Steelers-Browns. I saw the Steelers-Browns. Unfortunately, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, that sucks.
But yeah, I was watching the Steelers game. Got a bunch of former teammates there. Always turn on the Brownies when I can.
Shout out to the Brownies, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I was trying to, create excitement, but you just made me think of Chubb, man.
I know. Chubb. I also don't like that. People are calling it like a dirty hit. I don't think that was a dirty hit.
No,
I think it was kind of
it's
a bang play in the red zone. Unfortunately, it happens.
I'm sure there's a lot of respect between those two playing each other all the time and them being great people and great fucking football players. It sucks that, unfortunately, that's the game of football, man. You can get put in some pretty sketchy situations. That shit sucks. But I thought the Chris Stapleton, Snoop Dogg Monday night intro was fucking awesome. I don't know if you saw it. It's the new Monday Night Football song and intro, and I'm going to watch every Monday Night Football game and be there on time because it was electric.
Can't wait to check that out.
Unbeaten Brady-less Bucs. My guy, Shaker Mayfield, baby. Shake him up, Baker.
Shake and bake.
Baker and the Bucs 2-0. Outperforming expectations so far this season. They are the underdogs in this game. Baker says that the low expectations of the team are a driving factor for the motivation for the team this year.
I know what that's like.
Is it always better to be the team that's doubted?
I think it's always important to not think that you are so good that you aren't capable of being beaten every single week. I think that you shouldn't listen to the media's viewpoint of where you're at regardless, but I think it's important for the building, your team, and your players to have this thirst and hunger to get better and improve.
You gotta have that.
Yeah, I think if you don't have that, and there's different ways to get that. You can get that from like pointing out media members or people saying that you're not good enough or that you can't get it done. There's ways of bringing up competition in practice. There's ways of the head coach constantly hammering home that message. But yeah, I think whenever somebody has that underdog mentality, as Philadelphia fans are quite aware, that's a dangerous person.
I hear you there, brother. Hot and humid in Florida in September. I was just down there, and fuck that. I started cramping at the end of the game, and I went through about 3 wardrobe changes. The only thing that I kept on was my jersey, but I went through pants and cleats like it was a fucking fashion show or some shit. I played, it was only 91 degrees. When I played, I would expect it to be a little bit cooler, actually, now that it's a Monday night game for you guys.
Exactly.
But,
we're lucking out big time that this is a night game early in Florida. Last time, dude, we played Tampa. It was either week 2 or week 3, 4 years ago in Tampa again. And it was so hot. My man, Eugene Chung, I guess it must have been more than 4 years.
Coach Chung, baby.
But Eugene Chung literally in the middle of warm-up said, hey, let's go back inside. It's a little bit too hot. Like I'm not going to
lie. I'm not sure if I'll ever warm up in that kind of heat ever again because
you're warmed up the moment you get out there.
Yeah. Dude. On top of that, it's just you get drained and you're wasting sweat. You know what I mean? I'm going to sweat and I'm going to start to lose. Like, to stay hydrated, you have to replenish, and the entire game you're trying to, keep the energy up, keep feeling explosive and athletic up, and fatigue doesn't allow you to do that, and that heat can hurt you and fatigue you even more.
So yeah, it'll still be humid, it'll still be Florida weather, but we're definitely lucky that a game this early in the season in Florida is at night. So thank you to the schedulers for that one. But it's still going to be a tough matchup, obviously. I mean, Todd Bowles, one of the best defensive coordinators, defensive minds in the game. You see so many coordinators stealing things that they've been doing since his time in Tampa Bay in particular. And that's the mark of when you're that well respected. When other teams are replicating and taking what you're doing and having success with and implementing within their systems, I think that's probably one of the biggest forms
that's a tip of the hat
compliment that you can get. So we know we're in store for a tough one. Tampa Bay, their defense, their front, Vita Vea, their linebackers, They are a good across the board and they're well coached. And so in that regard, it don't matter how hot it's going to be. We better come prepared and ready to play a good game.
Hot or cold game?
Hot or cold game?
Would you hot weather game or a cold weather game?
Oh, cold all day.
All day. Yeah. I'm hot or cold. If you ask me anything hot or cold, I'm going to say cold every time. It is what it is.
I'm going to do some extra sauna work to try and get this the heat shock proteins up.
Not going to help.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm going to do it and act like it does.
Just don't warm up. You're already warm.
Don't warm up. I'm not a big warm up guy in general. I'm kind of just hey, let's just get going here. Yeah, the cold, you just don't get tired in the cold. There's some point where your body gets so hot that it just starts shutting down. Like that in the cold, that don't really happen.
No.
If anything, I feel like I don't get tired in the cold. I can just run for days.
Yeah, that, and it's always later in the season where I just feel like I never get tired.
Let's get to your game. Bears at the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
In the crib.
Is this a trap game?
No. I think.
Do you think trap games are real?
I don't necessarily think trap games are real. I think
I don't like calling anything a trap game.
You really don't know if it's a trap game until you lose a game that you shouldn't be losing. Like that's when it becomes a trap. Like everybody's,
you can lose any game.
Lose any league. Fucking yeah, exactly.
Screw it. Brandon, stop putting trap game on the freaking rundown. I don't like
fucking jabroni, Brandon.
Emma. All right, I guess that was Emma. Sorry. Brandon just threw you completely under the bus. How about this? Whenever Emma has a good point, whenever Emma has a good thing to put in the rundown, Brandon takes credit for that.
Yep.
But apparently when it's a bad thing, Brandon just throws Emma right under the bus.
This is why we refer to you as our intern. Right now, we are nowhere where we need to be, especially as an offense. I think our defense is playing pretty damn lights out right now. I think special teams, the accountability in that room is the same as, we're taking that same accountability across the board there. We're nowhere where we need to be as a team. So we're just, we're focused on being better individually and more accountable, building that trust or just trusting the guy next to you is doing his job just like you are. And until we go out there and put a full game together that we can, be satisfied with, we're going to keep that mentality and stay hungry. So there's that. And then there's my guy, Matt Nagy, man.
Dude.
Coach Nagy, one of my favorite,
on the sideline.
Favorite guys of all time, man.
He was fired up early in that game trying to get something going, especially you could tell that the penalties had him pissed off. I mean, he was on the sideline. I'm assuming telling everybody we got to lock in. We got to stop it with the
100%. Yeah, he rallied the troops. He rallied the troops, and sure enough, that next drive we went straight down the field and scored. One of my favorite coaches, one of the best coaches I've ever had. Didn't have the greatest time when he got hired as a head coach in Chicago, but at the same time, anytime that one of my coaches plays against the team that he coached for, I always wanted a little bit more for my guy. So we definitely got a lot of guys with that kind of mentality going into this one.
Well, the Bears, although they are falling short of expectations this year, they have talent. We saw that in the offseason.
Oh, boy.
They made a lot of acquisitions. This is the team that you don't sleep on because it's only a matter of time. They got the talent there. It's all that, it's all about just getting everything clicking. And you got to stay on top of it. You got to be ready for them.
Fields can take over a game in a heartbeat, man.
One of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL, and he has weapons now. So I think, this is something that it's a game I'm obviously looking forward to watching because I'll be able to again. How about that, man? I'm getting to watch a lot of your games.
All right now.
We haven't played on Sunday together yet, so this is pretty nice. The Bears are a team that can sneak up on anybody, and they got the firepower, they got the players, they got the coaches, and this is a big one for you guys.
And with the media making everybody on notice over there, because they haven't had a great start.
They're going to be hungry.
Kind of a back against the wall mentality, I would assume. Yeah. So, we got to be ready for it, baby.
All right, and that does it for the Week 3 previews of our games. Funniest mic'd up player moments. Before we wrap this thing up, we're excited to share a major announcement. We can officially start showing up to 30 seconds of NFL footage in our videos.
30 seconds is a long-ass fucking time.
It's a big moment. And while we're at it, here we go. This is our favorite. We touched on this in last week's episode, one of our favorite clips. How about this? Let's see how this works. Hit that play button. Good job, intern Brandon. Oh, dude, it never gets old. Like, how do you get Jew? I love you, Malik. Like, and there's more footage after this where
I'm looking stupid, bro. My leg almost broke.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Malik, man.
Shout out to Malik, and shout out to the NFL or whoever. Somehow we've been deemed high enough profile to show NFL footage and clips.
Let's not fuck this up, boys. Let's not fuck this up.
Yeah, let's keep this going because this is nice. 92%ers, I know you guys have asked for clips for a long time. So yeah, we're getting right into it. Here we go. This is Ocho Cinco. Oh man.
Hey man.
It's funny now. I'm sure it wasn't at the time for Ocho.
That was Chad Johnson. That wasn't Ocho yet.
It wasn't Ocho yet. It was Chad.
That was a fucking business decision right there. Look at him.
I thought I was gonna win because he didn't see me coming.
I tried to hit Ray when he wasn't looking. See, this is what we're talking about. We talked about it on the podcast this week earlier. He tried to blindside block. Ray was around when you had to have your head on a swivel, so he was ready for it.
He was ready. You could keep fucking Chad Johnson mic'd up every single game and get probably 1,000 of these clips. Just by himself being the character that he is.
Next up, we got Robin's film on Instagram suggesting Peyton yelling, "God damn it, Donald!" when Donald Brown didn't pick up the blitz. All right, let's watch this. This isn't Donald not picking up the blitz. This is Donald getting beat by the left defensive end. There was no blitz.
He's yelling at the running back. The running back's looking at him like this with his hands up.
I'm assuming it was supposed to be like
the chip to the other side. Like he was supposed to chip the.
Maybe it was supposed to be chip, and the tackle didn't get beat. The running back was supposed to chip for him.
He was just expecting the chip. Yeah.
God damn it, Donald.
Oh man, he was frustrated. He was frustrated with old Donald.
That's great.
DB,
all
man.
right, that's it.
That's all we got for you, baby.
Thank you for all your suggestions, 92%ers. And now that we can finally use NFL clips and footage, make sure you comment on which ones you want us to show in future editions of New Heights bonus video.
You heard the man, motherfuckers. All right, now that does it for this weekend preview. Make sure you're subscribed to the New Heights channel on YouTube so you know when the next full show and bonus video drop next week. Thank you, as always, to the 92%ers for always tuning in.